I think we can all agree, at least on this channel, that Call of Duty has been in decline for over 5 years now. And we all have our reasonings as to why this is happening, and there's probably multiple reasonings why it's happening, but I think I've pinpointed it to the main problem. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. This is going to be a very opinionated video, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I am going to call out what I see, because Call of Duty has been part of my life for almost 2 full decades, personally, and here on the channel with you guys. So I take it very serious when we are always talking about, is Call of Duty dead? Are we going to be able to bounce back? Is it done? And you have all these new games that are innovating and coming out and capturing people's attention. I don't want the Call of Duty franchise to fail. You don't want the Call of Duty franchise to fail. We meet here every day on the channel to kind of celebrate Call of Duty with all of our top 10s and history videos and everything, but we have a problem. Infinity Ward was once seen as the main Call of Duty developer. It was their baby in the first place. We shouldn't and probably wouldn't have Call of Duty without them. I mean, that's the truth. In the Warzone era, Infinity Ward was largely seen as the worst developer, and I truly believe they are actually responsible for the downfall and the decline of Call of Duty during the 2020s. So today, I'm going to go over exactly why I think Infinity Ward is actually killing Call of Duty, both in terms of gameplay changes that they force into the franchise, the philosophy, the design changes. I mean, all of it from the top down at the studio, as well as the alleged sabotage that Infinity Ward has enacted on other Call of Duty studios out of just what I call sheer arrogance. So let's start with Modern Warfare 2019. It introduced a ton of gameplay aspects that seemed new, modern, exciting at the time, right? We were all really excited, but ultimately, it hurt the experience of longtime players. Doors, ultra-fast time to kill, camper-friendly map design, overhauled spawn engine that no longer cared about creating battle lines or objective-based spawns. I mean, I could go on and on. The super loud footsteps, lack of dead silence or ninja perk, the removal of red dots from the minimap when firing a gun, the removal of post-game lobbies and map voting, the removal of game mode-specific playlists in favor of new quick play systems, and most infamously, the addition of strict SBMM to make the game more sweaty and less casual, which is kind of ironic because basically all of these changes were made to try and appeal to casual gamers. Infinity Ward was fully aware of how poorly received these changes were. They had to be, but they actively fought back with the community about every one of them, insisted the new way was better. They knew better, right? So then we go to Modern Warfare 2. Let's double down on Modern Warfare 2019 gameplay changes. Doors, camping, loud footsteps. They even nerfed dead silence even further by making it play a big beeping sound when you activate it, which just meant people were moving even less than in the last Modern Warfare. And then they added tons of annoying visual recoil, smoke effects, screen shaking to make gunfights feel even more obnoxious. I mean, Modern Warfare 2, widely seen as the worst COD multiplayer of all time. Even the DMZ mode didn't last long because even though it had a solid foundation, was actually a decent extraction shooter, it got hardly any post-launch support, and Infinity Ward basically abandoned it a few months after launch, despite it arguably being the best aspect of the multiplayer. So yeah, and then according to leaks, Infinity Ward was furious about the negative reception of Modern Warfare 2, did serious damage to the post-launch support. They stopped working as hard on updates because they were frequently having meetings about fan reception and whether or not they should actually listen to the fans or keep forward with the game that they wanted to make because they knew best. I mean, they were also allegedly supposed to help a lot more on Modern Warfare 3, but due to the negative reception of Modern Warfare 2 and the general frustration with the community, they allegedly passed the buck off to Sledgehammer and Treyarch to finish the work. Modern Warfare 3, it was originally going to have DMZ 2. But Infinity Ward just refused to finish it, allegedly, which is why Treyarch was brought in last minute to do the zombies mode. Infinity Ward was also originally going to help a lot more with the campaign. But since they were also frustrated, apparently, with the community's reception to Modern Warfare 2, their baby, they just bailed on their portion of the work, which is why the Modern Warfare 3 campaign is such half-baked as a game. I mean, Sledgehammer had to clean up IW's mess and figure it out for themselves. Now, Infinity Ward was also allegedly furious at Sledgehammer for changing so much of the core multiplayer movement and gunplay in Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, much faster-paced game with a much longer time to kill and way less visual clutter during the gunfights, and Infinity Ward allegedly took that personally because they still think Modern Warfare 2 is a good game that the community was just too immature or bitter to appreciate. So them throwing Sledge and Treyarch under the bus during Modern Warfare 3's development is also the reason why Black Ops 6 did not have an Outbreak mode. According to the leaks, Treyarch was originally working on Outbreak 2.0 for their next game. But since IW bailed on doing the DMZ mode for Modern Warfare 3, Treyarch was forced by Activision to abandon work on Outbreak 2 and instead make MWZ. So Infinity Ward was actively, it looks like they were sabotaging other COD studios because they were upset about the reception of Modern Warfare 2. And for some reason, if it's true, Activision let them do it. I don't know. Now, once again, that's all speculation, leaks, and rumors. Nothing confirmed, but it does make a lot of sense if it did end up being true, right? Now we fast forward to Modern Warfare 4. It leaked, right? Apparently Infinity Ward just really wants to double down on Modern Warfare 2. They decided to make Modern Warfare 4 the exact same game. Doors, visual clutter, screen shaking, campy equipment, super slow movement. It looked like it was going to be Modern Warfare 2 all over again with the leaks. It wasn't until Black Ops 7 didn't do well that Activision allegedly stepped in and forced them to change course on Modern Warfare 4 and turn it into something that maybe you and I want. Seems like Infinity Ward has been allowed to operate without a lot of oversight since they were the ones that invented Call of Duty and since Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone 1 were such financial successes. But things have gotten bad, so Activision can't really ignore the damage that the franchise is undergoing right now. So it seems like they are being reined in, and Infinity Ward has been given the freedom to do basically whatever they wanted the last 5 or 6 years because Activision saw them as the leader of the franchise. But if these leaks are to be believed, that's not the case. Leadership at Activision is now very aware of the fact that the COD community doesn't want what Infinity Ward is trying to offer us, and they are now trying to force changes to Modern Warfare 4. But still remains to be seen if that's even enough time for those changes to be implemented, or if Infinity Ward is even capable of making community-driven changes. Because this is the same team that actively refused to give the community what they wanted for years. So now that Activision is making them do something the community wants, are they capable? I don't know. Does Infinity Ward even know what we want? Have they actually been listening? You let me know. I mean, history is there. Deliberately going against what the community wants. Ghost. I can go back to Ghost. First example, they tried to course correct with the DLC. Infinite Warfare, a disaster. But that wasn't also really I guess it wasn't their fault because it was clearly a top-down order from Activision to push COD into sci-fi. But starting with Modern Warfare 2019, Infinity Ward has repeatedly and deliberately gone against the core community. They double down on things the community hates because they want Little Timmy to spend money. And the money they made off Little Timmy was enough validation to keep them thinking they were in the right about all the changes. But now that Little Timmy has moved on to other games or grown up, they have to face the fact that they drove away the core audience with all those changes. You can only survive off of Little Timmy for so long, and then he turns into Adult Tim, right? I mean, during the Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2 era, Infinity Ward had horrible relations with the community on social media. Certain Infinity Ward members would openly criticize the desires of longtime fans and block anyone who disagreed with them. I mean, Infinity Ward thought they knew better than the longtime Call of Duty players. They wanted us to know that they felt that way. Clearly, to me, they're the most out-of-touch studio in the COD cycle. Even if they tried to make the community-driven Modern Warfare game, I don't think they're capable of it. Since their game is going up against GTA 6, it doesn't stand a chance. The core COD community does not trust Infinity Ward anymore, and the casual gaming audience is all going to play GTA. Modern Warfare 4, it's probably going to be dead on arrival. I hate to say that. I do. I mean, Call of Duty could actually take the killer blow here in 2026, and I blame most of it on Infinity Ward. Every single problem with Call of Duty during the 2020s can be traced back to Infinity Ward. I really, really feel that way. And once again, this is just one man's opinion. But it's one man that's been part of the Call of Duty ecosystem for almost 2 decades at every single level. From being a fan, from being a casual, to being a YouTube creator, to being a content creator, to owning an MLG Call of Duty team. I've been around all of it. And this franchise means something to me. And there's a reason you don't see me covering the current Call of Duty, as in doing the DLC drops or the new season battle passes or any of that stuff, because I don't enjoy the games. So I lean towards the history of Call of Duty, which is rich. I mean, we have the top 10s, the top 20s, the best and worst in every series, the ranking of everything series as well. So there's so much that we can go and kind of remember, but that's it. I mean, this channel right now is in glory day mode. It's true. I would love to get back to getting a Call of Duty that I can actually produce content that you guys enjoy throughout the season and the year, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you soon.